People need to be told what to do. They can get lost in it. They can be busy. They can be doing 10 other different things. They need to be told what to do, and they need to be reminded like this isn't just a piece of content. This is something that they have to take action upon.
Now we're going to move to step number 2, where we're going to talk about ads that convert and what his proven formula is to creating creative and Facebook ads that he uses when he's always scaling any Facebook ad account. So for you, what are the different components of a Facebook ad? What's your framework when it comes to creating ads that convert?
We look at it as little content bricks, and whether you're making videos or images, they're gonna have a mixture of these 7 variables. And those variables are simply put, and if you follow good marketing, you follow good advertising rules, this is tried and true. This just goes all the way back to video sales pages and what have you. So the first part, you have to have a hook. What's the hook and angle? Second, present the problem, provide a solution. Next, what are the benefits or key features of that product or what you're trying to really convey in that moment? And then, are there any objectives? What are the hurdles you kind of have to overcome? Lastly, what is your call to action? So there's a mixture of these 7 variables and specifically what order that they go into that we have to start shooting and organizing our content around.
Yep, love it. So as I was saying offline, like this is a next level framework to follow. And at Foundr, we only started doing this like ourselves around 18 months ago, where when it comes to creative, we didn't just think of an idea and then just shoot and then off we go, or like have an image and off we go. We actually got it down to a formula, like you said. And I'd love to delve a little bit more deeper on that formula for context for people. So for us at Foundr, from speaking to a lot of people, it's all about a game of angles now. So when you think of, when you think of kind of Facebook ads, it's all about an angle. So a great example of an angle that worked really well for one of our courses was Stinky Man Bits. And the reason that we called it Stinky Man Bits was because one of our instructors, Greta, the hook was, and the angle was like shampoo for your stinky man bits. Now, this is outrageous, right? And the reason I'm telling you guys this story is because you will remember it. And basically, one of our successful students that went through one of our courses called Start and Scale, pretty much, he created a company called Ball Wash, and he took it from 0 to over $1 million in 7 months. And he's now rebranded the name of the company to Ballsy, and he's moved out to other products. But that was the hook. That was why it was so powerful, because that angle just got people's attention. And what you're trying to do with the angle, right, is get their attention. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Oh my God. Funny you brought that up, is we've seen a product, it's the same thing like Manscaped, right? Or those that are gonna take care of specific, there's nothing new. It's wash for your man bits. So that initial shock value and that hook, that angle you're talking about, that is a specific type of hook or angle where it's shocking and like, what did I just heard? I need to know more, right? So agitate, and then let's provide the solution. What's the solution? Well, first of all, do you have stinky man bits? Well, here's the solution, which is the product. So that in itself is an ad formula. And I don't want to say you have to have all 7 of them. Here's the initial framework, all you have to focus on. Is it entertaining, and is it educational? Is it edutainment? That's the easiest way of putting it. I probably just made this up. I couldn't tell you, but it makes complete sense. If you can delight them and then provide them the solution, they're gonna wanna be intrigued. They're gonna wanna find out more about it. And if you hit it with a specific offer or a little bit of urgency, then you can start getting into this very, very unique creative strategy. So it really is all about that hook, the positioning, providing the solution that you have, and letting the consumer make actions off of that.
Yeah. So Yeah, because what we've found is with the different angles, we can appeal to different markets and it'll hit different nerves. Like, we might have another angle which is called challenge, which talks about, like in the ad, like we challenge you to do X, Y, and Z. So it's calling out a certain person, right? And because we know challenges are really hot. So we have so many different angles when we think about creative. So we use this exact formula where it's angle, hook, problem setup, offer, then we talk about the objections. When it comes to the objections, I'd love to delve a little deeper there. Like, why is it important to tackle objections in the ad creative?
Well, because these objections, everybody leads into consuming some sort of content. Remember, they're not jumping onto Facebook because they're looking to get sold. They're already coming in with a negative understanding, or you're already just trying to separate me from my wallet as it is, right? Well, if you're able to overcome these objections logically and in a congruent order in which you're providing an actual solution with a real product or service that is serving a need, that's a benefit. That's you as a business person, that's you as a business owner, providing a genuine solution. Now, you can't be lying. You have to actually have that solution, or else, as we all understand, you're gonna have tons of Facebook issues to deal with. But if you're providing that real solution, you have to make sure that you break down their defenses already. Once they're defenseless and they're understanding like, hey, I can now put my guard down, I can listen to what is actually being told to me, that's where the conversion is.
Yeah, and then, finally you need a call to action. We went over problem setup, solution, benefits. We know the benefits, what's the big promise, but then the call to action. Why is the call to action at the end of every ad creative really important? Copy or creative?
I think it's very straightforward. People need to be told what to do. They can get lost in it, they can be busy, they can be doing 10 other different things. They need to be told what to do, and they need to be reminded like this isn't just a piece of content. This is something that they have to take action upon, whether it's urgency, whether it's FOMO, whether it's too good to be true, whatever it is that you want to position yourself as or position the creative and offer for, the call to action is extremely important.
Love it. Want to delve a little bit more deeper on this. I'd love to hear, just because I'm selfishly curious, what has been like some of the best performing angles that you've seen that you've juiced up like hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even like $1 million ad? Do you have $1 million ad? Like, can you tell us, like talking us through that exact solution?
Yeah, actually we do. So it's for a brand that I've talked about in the last e-commerce masters, which is called Miracle Bed and Sheets. So Miracle, let's talk about this. It's beds and it's sheets. It's linens. It's not sexy. It's very cheap. You can get this on Amazon for very few dollars. Well, if you talk about it being antimicrobial and self-washing and all these actual scientifically backed facts about the product, and we're able to like instigate and stir this. We have multiple angles that go across this. At the beginning, the hook that we hit them with is a smell, is a mother distressed because she's having to wash for the 5th time, where we're highlighting it on a clock in the bottom right corner. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and mom or the maid is doing the same exact thing. And then you're showing just disgust, or you're showing maybe it's a little bit of gray or black and white, and so you're feeling this mood of like anguish. But then the solution comes in with more of like an like however you want to do that, where it's now here's your solution. Well, it's antimicrobial, it's gonna stay fresher longer, and you don't have to wash it as much. Those are very clear things to show, because you've now got someone's interest, but they're going, well, shoot, I'm having to wash this all the time. Or man, like mine does smell, like I don't wash it at all. And you might even hit them with an agitation of, did you know you should be washing your sheets every week? I guarantee you people are gonna be scrolling through like, well, I haven't washed my sheets in the last month. That in itself is a hook, and those are just a couple words you can rotate across, and those are so variable. And I'll give this away for you, is that ad itself, we only needed to rotate the first 5 seconds consistently, because the back half of it was the benefits and solutions. We need to know where the drop off is. So if you're looking at your ad account in terms of completion of the actual ad itself, the time that people are watching, or the average watch time, which is something that we teach about how to measure creative performance, well, you can know, shoot, they're not even watching past 4 seconds. We don't even show the product until the 6th second. How do they know what to buy? Or how do they know what you're selling them or positioning?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really smart. So yeah, that's something we do as well, is like what we might do is we might shoot or create multiple hooks, and then we test all the different hooks. Then we got the body, then we've got, you know, all the other parts of the objection, the benefits, we can put those in, and then we've got the same call to action. So you can test multiple hooks and then you'll see which one lands.
Oh, I've seen your guys' ad library. I think I've seen the amount of, yesterday alone, I noticed that you had over 10 copy variations across your Instagram growth. And I'm like, oh my, that's the same ad. But wait, all those copies are different. I lost my mind. I was like, well, we're not doing enough.
Yeah. So we test a lot. But yeah, look, let's not digress. I'd love to move to the next question, because I think we got some really good gold for people around how to structure your ads and like, so what are people getting wrong when it comes to running Facebook ads?
First of all, we briefly talked about it, but they're optimizing for the wrong thing. They're optimizing too far up in the funnel. Optimize for your end goal, okay? That's the number one place to start at. Second, they believe that their investment in content needs to be tremendous. They need to go hire an agency or have to have an on-staff shooter. It's not true. It's not true, because the more authentic and the more real the content really is, and I'm not saying you pull out your phone and it's shaky and it's just terrible. Like there are standards there, but it doesn't take as large enough investment that you truly need. Similar to what we've been talking about, if you break it down into the content bricks of, I know my products and services benefits and features, but I don't really know what it is that initial trigger for them. How do we test that? That's the upfront, that's the first 2 to 3 seconds. Stick with that. So now you can take the content that you currently have and make it last much longer if, when you're shooting with in mind, various hooks keep the remaining of its structure. That way, you can make sure that you're gonna have much more life out of the content you shoot.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And can you tell us about Posh Peanut and your story there?
Oh, brother. Okay, so we've been with Posh for about 4 years. 4 years we've been with Posh. The day we took it over, she was running with no pixel at $2,000 a day and asking why it wasn't working. Yet we clearly could see that she was producing revenue in her back end. And we're going, what do you mean it's not working? Like we see your spend and we're seeing where it's coming from. We're seeing that you're driving revenue. And we just checked a simple thing called the Facebook Pixel Helper, which is a Chrome plugin. We clicked it and we're looking, I'm like, she's been running for the past year and she's not giving any data. We have nothing to work from. Blew my mind, because she set it up herself and she wanted to learn exactly how to do this. Well, she missed a very, very fundamental thing, which is turn the data reporting on. And to me, that's such an easy thing for people to make mistakes on, because they get excited about getting up, they want to run, turn the campaigns on. And thankfully, Facebook tells you, hey, you have to make some changes here. You have to turn the Facebook ads on.
That's crazy. Yeah, look, I was just thinking about it, like, even if you did one thing and that was just to place the Facebook pixel on your website, even if you don't run ads, you're building your retargeting pool, and your retargeting pool, you should get good returns, because these are people that are already engaged, they're already interested in your product or your service, and you can just market to them. You don't even have to try and market to cold. Cold is where the scale comes, right? And pool, like, you know, your retargeting pool is a limited, finite amount, but like, yeah, that's crazy when you think about like that kind of mistake.
I think you're onto something there, because if at the minimum, even if you're not even ready to run any ads, you put it on your website and just let it learn. Let it take the organic, and we can build remarketing or re-engagement structures very simply. And like you said, if they're already organically getting there, they're clearly interested.
Hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this founder.